me know when it's back to me,
Yes, ma'am. So I'll be doing that now. Thank you.
because people are already coming in.
All right, Miss Stacy, you're good to go. Enjoy your session.
All right, thank you. Thanks for your help. And let's get
Good morning.
going.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Joyce, Verna,
Hi.
Doug, Felice, iPads,
Good morning.
Lisa, Diane, Elizabeth. Hi, good morning. Cassandra. A lot of my regulars rolling in. Good to see you all. Yep, here we go. 17 already. Wow.
I could finally officially get into your class.
Fantastic. Was that Linda talking?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
finally.
You have to go through the whole entire month to find her classes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's how I get mine. I'm up to April with you.
Okay, good.
I try.
Good morning,
If you
everybody.
wind up not able to book a class, you know that you can join live on the website, right?
That's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing because I haven't been able to get into class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that I get full bookings, but then I only get 30 something actually clicking and showing up. So I'm not sure. And then we have a lot of people that are booked 2 and 3 times. So I know that some of this is just, the growing pains, and our leadership team is our tech team is looking at that. So hopefully we'll get some of those bugs fixed and get everything ironed out.
We were talking about your class yesterday in another class.
No.
Yes. And how much we love having you as our teacher.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That helps get me up in the morning too.
I mean, Stacey, look at how many people you can get up at 8 o'clock in the
Stuck
morning.
in the morning, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's late for me. I'm up before 6. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I would rather teach at 7, but this was as early as they would give me. So here we are at 8. And then I have to dash off to work right after.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, to an actual job. So, yep.
Stacy, this is Verna. Is there any way we could leave a little more time for questions after the class? Because I find many of the questions that people have, I have too, so it helps me a lot to hear from others.
So my suggestion would be, I would like to do that, but then there's the whole group of people that want to work out for the longer period of time. I'll try to do that a little bit today and stop 5 minutes early and see if we can do that. My other thought is that if you would include your question in your feedback, I do read every feedback that comes my way. And then sometimes when I see a question or a concern mentioned in the feedback, then I will talk about that in my next class.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I don't even think about it, but when I hear someone articulate it, it's like, yes, so.
Okay. I have also proposed to get set up just a question and answer fitness class that would be billed like a social hour, but it would be ask me all your questions. And I'm hoping that they'll schedule that soon. It's not on the schedule yet. But I'm hoping, and it will probably be like a Friday afternoon or something when I can take the time off of my job to do that.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
would be the ideal way to do it, is to get a group together for social hour once a month or whatever, so we can ask questions. Yeah.
I would love that. I'm also proposing a class that would talk about the various equipment that we can use at home, just like the fitness ball that I demonstrate in the core class and the strap that I use for stretching. I'd like to do a class that just talks about and demonstrates a couple of those, even the stretchy tubes. A couple people have asked about the stretchy tubes or stretchy bands. Yep. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get us started because it's 5 after. Okay.
Can you turn on recording?
Yes. Let me go back and do that. Thank you for that reminder. There we go. Share right here. Away. And here it is. There we go. All right, so our class today is Let's Get Moving. It is a gentle cardio workout, not designed to stress anybody's heart, but just to get you up and moving. A little bit about myself, your guide. My name is Stacy. I have a master's degree in education with a focus in counseling psychology. I've been a school counselor for many years prior to my retirement. I've been teaching fitness since the early 80s and certified since the mid 80s when fitness certification first started. And I love connecting with other adults like yourselves that are interested in making their body well and fit and increasing their strength and endurance and all of those wonderful things so that we can live healthy lives and stay independent longer. Get Set Up helps us learn useful things from people just like yourselves, and we do learn from one another. So just like one of the ladies was saying about the questions, spark her thoughts about other questions. We do learn from each other, we take from each other's thoughts as well as watching each other on camera. So please consider joining us and having your camera on. Remember that you can request a recording after class by emailing help@getsetup.io. And if you are joining by our website on the live stream, we welcome you. Glad you're here this morning. But remember, the best way to fully participate is to join and register for one of our classes. And finally, Get Set Up is not paid to promote specific products or services that might be discussed or demonstrated in my class. Please be sure to check with your doctor. It's always recommended prior to beginning any new fitness program or workout that you talk to your doctor first. Make sure you let them know what kind of exercises you'll be doing. And if your doctor has given you any recommendations or restrictions regarding limiting your exercise intensity or range of motion, please be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations, not anything that I say or do in my class. My number one priority is your safety. I want this to be fun. I don't want anybody to be injured or suffer any negative consequences of participating in my classes. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to mute everybody so we don't have background noise. Okay. And now I'm going to do the spotlight so that we can get started. And we are not using a chair today, but if you need a chair for balance, that's perfectly okay. Any of the cardio that we are doing can be done in place without moving. So if we're marching and I'm going forward and back, but you want to march and hold on to your chair or onto a counter, you can go ahead and do that. This is your exercise program. It's your workout this morning, and you're coming at that from wherever you are in your fitness level and in your balance ability. So don't take any risks. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I think I have the camera. I should be able to be in the area. And I'm going to Put on my little background sound. Be sure you have your water available. And we're going to just start with a little easy march. Just marching in place. March in place. Right, left, and march. Now just keep this at a gentle level right now. We're barely picking our feet up off the floor. Gentle arm movements. Let's put the arms out in front. And we're going to just swing one arm at a time. Swing, swing. And up to speed, let's swing one and the other. Right and left, and swing. And hold in front. Let's take your feet wide and bring them back together and apart. Right here, back together and open. And in for 4 and open 4. In for 4. And open 4. And open. And hold right here. Hold it wide. Hold it here. And we're going to swing the arms across the body. Now you can keep this small. You don't have to have your feet very far apart. But if you do, I'm just lifting my heel as I lean to each side, just leaning in. And march right here. March in place, hands in front, and one arm swings back. And bring it up to speed, swing right and left, return to the forward position. And hold right here. Let's move forward and back. So we move forward for 4 steps and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. And march in place. Let's take those feet out wide. And then in for 4 and out for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and open. 2, 3, 4. In and out. Open, 2, 3, 4, in, and open, hold right here and swing right and left. And let's take those arms up overhead. Can you reach up on the diagonal? Reach, reach. Remember that you're taking this at your own pace. If what I'm doing is too fast for you, you can slow it down. Whatever works. Keep yourselves at a comfortable level. And we're going to march. want to talk to you a little bit about how hard we're working today. We're going to use a perceived exertion scale. And what that means is keep marching while I'm talking. You can just march in place, press your arms down by your sides, or swing them in a normal marching position. Perceived exertion means that you're going to rate yourselves as to how hard you feel you're working out during this exercise program this morning. So as we begin to get our energy level up, I want you to think of your exertion in terms of a 0 or a 1 being when you're sitting in a chair reading and you're really not doing anything that is taking up very much energy at all. And a 10 on the very top of the scale where you're working so hard doing something that you can barely get your breath and you can't carry on a conversation. I want you to stay between the levels of 4 and 7. You should always be able to talk during your workout. If you reach a point where you feel like you would not be able to talk to someone, then you really need to take it down and relax a little bit with whatever you're doing. Lower the exertion level. I don't recommend sitting at that point, but rather stay upright and just slow your pace, walking very slowly. So let's get back at it. We're marching and we're going to go forward and back. 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. Four steps forward and 4 steps back. And stay right here and go apart together for 4 and in. Apart together and in. Apart together and in. And open. One more time, 4 counts apart and 4 counts in. Now let's open the feet and we're going to stay right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's reach across right here. And let's reach up and over. These big movements get your heart rate up a little bit faster. Get your blood pumping. You might feel yourself starting to get warm. Make sure you have water handy and enough. You can always keep your arms lower. Keep your feet closer together. Or keep your movements slower. Any of those things will work to take an easy pace. And if you're feeling like you can't keep up, just take it down to that marching where we're just basically walking in place. I'm going to grab my water. You might want to do that or just stay marching. Let's take our march. And we're going to take a grapevine. You remember what that is? We're just stepping to the side. So it's step, step behind, step, tap. Or you can just do step together, step together. You don't have to cross behind if you don't want to. Whatever works for you, try and keep it as simple as possible. I don't want anybody to feel like it's too complicated. So you can just step together. Good. So here's our grapevine. Whether you're doing step togethers or you're actually doing the cross behind, we're going to call it grapevine. And you'll know that that means it's basically 4 steps to the side. And then we're going to do our Mambo. So that's step forward, step back, and a little weight shift right here like a cha-cha-cha. So step forward, step back, shift your hips. Forward, back, shift your hips. Forward, back, shift your hips. Forward, back, cha-cha-cha. Forward, back, cha-cha-cha. Step front, cha-cha-cha, step front, cha-cha-cha. March in place, and we're gonna go take our grapevine again and add the mambo on. So let's do a grapevine, right and left, and then the mambo cha-cha. Grapevine, left, mambo right here with each foot, right and left. Grapevine, grapevine, or step together, mambo, right and left. Good. Grapevine, back the other way, mambo, and grapevine, mambo. Now I'm not really doing anything with my hands because we're kind of working on the feet a little bit here. But here's what we can do. We can press up and down on those mambo cha-chas just like this. I did 4 instead of 2, sorry. Grapevine. And we can take our hands up in rainbow arms, press up and down, up and down. Grapevine with rainbow arms. That just means we're swinging up overhead. And mambo. And grapevine. Mambo. Woo! And march in place. Let's go front and back for 4. Back. And as we go forward, let's lift our arms, and as we come back, let's lower them. So forward, lift, and back. Forward, be aware of the space that you have. We're going to go forward and back. Forward and back. Grapevine. Right and left, then cha-cha or mambo. Right here. Grapevine. Mambo. Grapevine. Mambo. And march in place. The next move is our hamstring curls. So that's just stepping on one leg and bringing the heel of the other foot up toward your booty. So if I turn to the side, you can see that my lower leg is coming up right here in the back. As I just lean right and left, I'm going to swing my arms gently in the opposite direction. And let's march in place. What we're going to do now is we're going to march forward and back, grapevine mambo, and then add those hamstring curls. So let's do forward and back 4 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, and forward and back, and forward and back. Forward, this is number 3. And here's the last one. And grapevine, right and left. And mambo. Grapevine. Let's do 4 sets. So this is number 2. Here comes number 3. And here's the last set. Mambo, right and left. And then we're going to do those hamstring curls right here. Easy arm swings. Great. And let's take this from the very top with marching forward and back for 4. and 5, 6, 7, 8, and march. And back. March. And back. And forward. And back. Last one. And then we're going to grapevine side to side. And add that mambo. Grapevine. Mambo. Woo! Grapevine. Mambo. Right and left. Adding those arms in. Here we go, right and left. Yeah, we're having fun. This is the last one. And then we're going to do our hamstring curls right here. And let's march in place. Our next movement is heel digs. Heel digs are when we just take a heel and tap in front. And I'm bending my standing knee just ever so slightly. Now, this is an easy exercise and you can keep it at a relatively moderate pace. But if you want to take it bigger, you make a big reach on that heel dig and you bend your knee further, bend deeper, and reach it out. Or don't, keep it right here. Whatever is comfortable for you. I'm demonstrating at a more moderate pace because all of the talking that I'm doing takes up more energy. And we're going to add some big arms onto this if you like. We're just doing an opposite reach. So as I extend my right foot in front, my left arm goes up. So you see it's the opposite arm as leg. And this move is called heel digs. We're going to do this right after we do those hamstring curls and put this whole series together. It's a lot to remember. So let's march. But I like to think that some of what we're doing is activating our brain. So I don't want you to worry and think about how hard you're working out or if you're beginning to breathe a little bit heavy. But instead, if you activate your brain and think about, now what do I do next? It becomes a wonderful way of working both your body and your mind. So what do we start with? We're marching forward and back 4 times. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more time, forward and back, and then what comes next? Grapevine. How many of you were with me? And Mambo. If I don't call it, will you remember it? Grapevine. Mambo. Could you do it by yourself later today? Would you remember? Mambo. Sometimes I can't even remember what number we're on, but I think this is the 4th set. Mambo. And then hamstring curls for 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's do 2 sets of 8. So 8 more, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, and next come our heel digs right here. And 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, march forward and back. Woo! And back. 4 times. Here's the last one, I think. I hope this wasn't number 5. And woo, grapevine, Mambo. Add some hips if you like. And grapevine. Mambo, right and left. And grapevine. Mambo, right and left. This is number 3. Last one. Mambo. And hamstring curls are next. And 8 more. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, heel digs. And 8 more. Woo! And 4, 3, 2, and march in place. I want you to get some water. Come back to the march. We're going to do the knee in 3. So if you remember what that is, we are marching 1, 2, 3, and hold the knee. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can make this harder by lifting our arms. And as we lift that knee, bring the opposite elbow in the direction of the knee. I don't want you to crunch all the way over. It's not like that today. It's just gentle. And you know you don't have to lift your knee. This can be a toe tap in front, keeping it very low right here. So this is called knees in 3, even if it's just a toe tap for you. Keep it wherever you're comfortable. March in place. Can we add this on? Boy, we have a long list of steps we're doing this morning, really activating the brain cells. Can we start this from the beginning, marching forward and back? And remember, take it at your own pace, tempo, and how large your movements are today. So you can keep it very small if that's where you are this morning and that's how you're feeling. 5, 6, 7, forward, 4. And back. Forward and back. Forward. Here's the last one. And grapevine. And Mambo cha-cha. Grapevine. Mambo. Grapevine. Mambo. Here's the last set. And Mambo. Hamstring curls. 6, right and left. 5 more right and left. And 4, 3, 2. Heel digs are next. And next come knees in 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Four more. How hard are you working out? Are you keeping your intensity level this morning between a 4 and a 7? How's your breathing? Keep your breathing at a normal rhythm and rate. Let's take it to a march and step touch. Step touch, right here, back and forth. We're going to add an intensifier right here. That's a movement that's designed to get your heart rate up and intensify things. And you don't have to do it if you don't want it. But we're gonna do a squat right and left, which is, you can stay right here at the step touch. But if you wanna go a little deeper and use a little bit more energy this morning, you're gonna step into a squat and back together, and squat, back together, squat, back together, squat, back together, or just step apart and together, step apart and together. You don't have to bend your knees for this. If your knees are sore or aching, or you have an injury, stay right here. And find that pace that's comfortable for your body. And remember that the pace that works for you has to do with your size. If you are tall, you're going to want to move a little bit slower. If you are petite, you have shorter limbs and you can move them faster. It's more comfortable for you. So everybody's pace is different. And I don't want you to think that that has anything to do with your ability to work out. It really has to do with how your body is designed. Let's march in place. I hope you're okay after that intensifier. We have another step to add on to our big, long list of steps this morning that we're doing to activate our brain, and it's the V step. Remember the V step, we're gonna step up to the right, up to the left, and back to the point. So we are like drawing a V on the floor and making our arms do the same. V step. Big arms reaching up and down, or keep it small and contained. V step, V step, V step. Great job, march in place. Let's go forward and back. Taking it from the beginning, the V step is gonna come on at the end of knees in 3. Oh my gosh, it's a lot to remember. You might have to help me. Forward and back for 4. Back, 2, 3, 4, and forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Forward and back. Grapevine. Woo! And Mambo, right here. Grapevine and Mambo. Grapevine, this is set number 3. Mambo. Here's the last one. And hamstring curls. Yes, that's it. I could think of the movement, but not the name. Oh my goodness. See how that works? Get that brain going. And I'm just swinging my arms easily. And again, you can take this low. Just lift those feet slightly off the floor and enjoy that swing of the body, or make it big with a deep bend in between, really reaching and taking up space with your body this morning. And here we are. And 4, 3, 2, heel digs. Woo! Right here, making it big if that's your thing today. And 8, and 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, and knees in 3. So step, 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 and hold, step, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Arms up if you want to. Woo! 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 2 more. Here's the last, right and left. And V step. So up, up, back, back, making that big V on the floor. Right, left, right, left, right, left. And we're gonna march in place to change sides. And left, right with that V step. Left, right with that V step. Does it feel weird on the second side? It always feels a little different to me to go on the side that's not my dominant side. V step, V step, V step, and here we're gonna now march in place. Woo! Charleston. So step, kick, step, back. Step, kick, step, back. Step, kick, step, back. Picking up the pace a little bit. Make those movements big if you want, or keep them small, controlled, easy, and gentle. I'm using opposite arm. So as I reach 1 foot forward, the opposite arm is going forward, and the same with that back step. Last one coming up, we're gonna march in place to change sides. And kick, step, reaching back. Kick and reach. 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 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. March in place. We're going to start bringing our level of intensity down. Let's take our march apart and together. Wide. 5, 6, 7, 8, and bring it in together. 5, 6, 7, 8, apart. 5, 6, 7, 8, together. And I'm starting to just barely lift my feet off the floor because I want to bring that intensity down. I want to return my heart rate to its normal active pace, not such a high intensity like I may have gotten it up a little higher during this exercise program. So 4 in and 4 wide. 4, 3, 2, 1, apart, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and open. And in. And wide. And in. Apart. Last time. And hold your feet apart right here. And just take a nice easy swing side to side. Let's keep the arms low this time. We're not reaching up overhead or even shoulder high. Because again, we want to keep everything low so we can bring our intensity down. So if you were working at a perceived exertion of around a 6 or a 7, let's start bringing it down to a 5 or a 4. And we're going to hold right here with feet apart. And just take a very gentle knee bend if you're able to do that. Otherwise, just hold here with your legs fully extended. We're going to just reach up and down. So if you're here in a gentle squat, you can extend your legs as you reach up, and you can take a gentle knee bend as you come back down. Or again, as I said, if your knees are not comfortable with that, just stay with legs extended. My toes are at an 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock facing slightly outward. And if I do take a gentle knee bend, I make sure that my knees are going directly over the 2nd and 3rd toe of my foot. That keeps the knee ligaments protected. And return. One more time. And return. We're going to reach over across the body for a gentle stretch, not going too far to the side. My legs are extended, and I'm just taking a reach through here, kind of reaching up toward where the wall meets the ceiling. and release. And I'm going to take it over to the other side, reaching over to where the wall meets the ceiling, right here. And release. Let's take the arms out in front. Fingertips up, facing up toward the ceiling, and then fingertips down, facing toward the floor. Fingertips up, fingertips down. I want you to turn your hands like you're reaching out for a cup of sugar, and then dump it out. Accept that cup of sugar and dump it out. Cup of sugar and release. Cup of sugar and release. We're going to do 2 more. Receive a cup of sugar and dump it out. And here's the last one. Dump it out. Now brush it away. Brush it away. Brush it away. Brush it away. 4 more and 3. 2 more. Last one. And now I want you to reach up here in the corner of the room and grab something and throw it at me. Same arm. Reach up in the corner and throw something. Reach up here and grab it and throw. Reach up here and grab it and throw. 2 more. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. Other side. Reach, throw. Reach up here and throw it. Reach up here and throw it. Reach. 2 more. Reach up here, throw. Reach up here and throw. I want to try a little brain game with you this morning. We're going to keep our feet still, and we're going to just do 1 arm movement for 4 counts. So follow me. It's going to be opposite shoulder and down to the opposite hip, like a seat belt. So we're going to call this from the opposite shoulder to the opposite hip, seat belt. Seat belt, and then tummy tap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After we do seat belt tummy tap, we're going to do hip, hip, shoulder high 5. So it's seat belt tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Let's try it slowly together. Seat belt tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Seat belt tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Can we do it with the other arm? Oh, now we really have to think about the brain. Okay, opposite shoulder to hip. So there's the seat belt, tummy tap, hip, hip, same shoulder as hand, and high 5. Seat belt, tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Seat belt, tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Seat belt, tummy tap, hip, hip, shoulder high 5. Let's march it out a little bit and inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Now I'm not really marching, I'm just shifting my hips right here, kind of still bringing my level of intensity down. And we're going to inhale up and release. Let's do our final meditation and positive affirmations together. And because we are standing, please don't close your eyes. Find a comfortable standing position. Maybe you're more comfortable with your weight on one hip than the other. Whatever works for you right now, I would encourage you to try and center your stance. That is the healthiest way to stand. Give yourselves a hip or shoulder width apart with your feet. Toes at 11 and 1, and find a spot on the floor or the wall in front of you where you can just use that as a focal point this morning and breathe, looking at that spot, and begin to bring your attention and your focus toward your breathing. Become aware of how your chest is filling and inhaling as you're taking in that good, healthy, fresh air, positive thoughts, and feeling the joy and gratitude that your body worked for you this morning, that you were able to join us and be here with this wonderful community of exercisers today. If you need to take a deep breath every once in a while, go ahead and do that. Just allow your body to be aware of what it needs and give it what it requires. That's kind of what's important as you're taking a cool down, is that you are thinking about, what does my body need right now? And sometimes it needs a deeper breath as we're bringing ourselves back down to a normal rate and rhythm of breath. And I want you to think of some positive affirmations about your body. I love myself, my body, mind, and soul. I love that I'm able to work out and that I'm healthy enough to be here with you and present this information. And remember, when you are at peace with yourself and love yourself, it's impossible to have any self-destructive thoughts. Think to yourself, I appreciate all that I am and all that I have. I appreciate my body. I appreciate my health and my strength today. Focus and shift your consciousness to an appreciation for everything that you have and all that is good in your life and what is good within your body. I am always patient and loving with my thoughts about myself, my abilities, my body, my health, and my strength. I release any fearful thoughts that I have. I let go of any worries or concerns that I might have as I go forth in my day today, knowing that I have a long due list to accomplish. I feel confident that I will be able to meet those challenges because I took this time for self-care this morning, putting my body in my focus and giving it what it needs today. So thank you all for working out for me. I've allowed about 3 minutes for any questions. You can unmute yourself for those 3 minutes. I'm going to go back to gallery view, I think. Okay, does anybody have any particular questions about working out or today's workout that you want to ask me? Here's your chance.
I just have to coordinate myself when you do the arms, the opposite arms,
Yes,
and you have to really think about it.
yes,
Yes, you do.
you do. Now I try to do opposite arms because it's the natural movement when you're walking. So when you just think about anything that we do with opposite arm and opposite foot as just a bigger walk, because you know when you walk, when your arms are naturally opposite. So just think about that as you're walking around today, how your natural swing of the arms is forward with the opposite arm and the opposite foot. So I try not to make it really challenging, like same arm and same leg is more challenging because that's not the natural way that we walk.
Mhm.
It's interesting because I am doing it the same arm in the same way, and it takes me a little reconfiguring to do the opposite arm and the opposite.
Okay. And you know what? It's okay if you want to do the same side. Really, I want you guys to do what's comfortable for you and not worry. Like this isn't a dance class where you have to have, the same thing that I do.
Mhm.
I'm offering a workout that you can choose to do with me or do something else at the same time, but just join us and just get moving.
Mhm.
It's up to you how much you want to really put in trying to match the steps and arms. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate your comments. Does anybody else have a question or a comment?
I do the counting, and that helps me with my breathing,
Oh, good,
so
Verna.
that I'm not
That's great.
holding my breath, because I find I would do that if I don't count and
Okay,
open,
great.
Okay.
Elizabeth, unmute yourself if you are talking. I saw your mouth moving.
It's more talking out loud to myself probably, but yeah, good start to the day. Thanks. Very
Okay,
nice.
very welcome.
Good,
Thank
I
you so
enjoyed
much.
it.
Mhm.
Does anyone else have a
class.
question? Hey, Shirley, I see you. Thanks for joining us. I didn't see you earlier. Here. Hi, Denise. I see you waving. Okay. If nobody else has a question, I'm going to go ahead and share my ending slides. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember that the best way you can thank myself or any of the instructors on Get Set Up is by sharing your experience. And if you're active on social media, use the hashtag #GetSetUp or use @GetSetUp. And if you're not active on social media, no worries. You can email directly liz@getsetup.io. Send her your pictures, your comments, your feedback, and your thoughts. And please check out some of these related classes that also will give you some movement. The Ageless Grace
Oh,
exercises for the body and mind is a great seated kind of dancing class. You get to dance in your chair and just get yourself moving and feel how wonderful that is. Or join any of the wonderful line dancing classes that we have. Shirley, who dropped into our class, is one of the line dancing instructors. You can find her classes almost every day. My next class is the seated strength training. That's tomorrow's class. We use light weights and we sit in a chair, and it's fabulous and fun, and it's a great workout. And I will give modifications, and you don't have to use weights if you don't want to. You can just use the movements to strengthen wherever you are. The Thursday morning class is combo training. That means we do a little bit of everything, and it is taught in a circuit training format. And then Friday morning's class is balance and flexibility. So we work quite a bit with challenging how able we are to balance. And I give you a little bit of extra time and some extra information on stretches that you can do. Be on the lookout for the email that will come with some key takeaways from today's class. And it will also list some other classes that you might want to check out. And you will have access to a feedback form. There's a link that you click on that says, please provide feedback. And then you'll get a form that looks like this, where you can rate the class and the instructor from 1 to 5 stars and provide us with some additional feedback. Please
Very nice.
spread the word about learning with the Get Set Up community. And if you would like to host an interest group, be sure to let us know. Suggest a class that you might like to see on Get Set Up. What do you want to learn about? Let us know. We do partner with assisted care, senior living, government, and community organizations. And remember, you can always request a session recording by emailing help@getsetup.io. And if you're looking for some more information about our new website, the new look that you've seen on the Get Set Up website, look for Marv's class called Tips and Tricks to Navigating Get Set Up's new look. Thank you all for joining.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you, Stacy.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day at work.
See ya.
Have a great day, Stacy.
Bye.